What in the hell is going on at Penn State? A doctor sues Penn State for a lot of money. A lot of questions need to be answered. And what the heck is James Franklin up to? A lot of controversy, a lot of different opinions on this subject. And we're here to break them down and talk about that right after this word from our sponsors. This episode of Mountaineer Paul Talks Football is brought to you by Dutch Miller Automotive. Well, friends and family pricing means you get the best deal right up front on any new or pre-loved vehicle in stock every time. With brands like Chevrolet, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Kia, Hyundai, Ford, GMC, Buick, and Subaru, the Dutch Miller Automotive family is always growing and ready to put you in the car or truck you've been searching for. Check out our inventory across West Virginia at DutchMillerAuto.com or come in today to the home of friends and family pricing, only at a Dutch Miller Automotive store near you. And today's video is sponsored by Magic Shine Auto Spa and Tint in Morgantown, West Virginia. At Magic Shine, your vehicle's care is their top priority. They use only the highest quality products to ensure your car not only looks its best, but is also protected and maintained with the utmost care. Window tinting with top-of-the-line Max Pro Tint to protective ceramic coatings from Diamond Protect, they've got you covered. Drive in today and experience the difference at Magic Shine Auto Spa and Tint, where your car shines like new. Shine on, Morgantown.
This is for Cameron.
What is up, guys? Welcome back in. My name is Mountaineer Paul. This is another edition of Mountaineer Paul Talks Football. And yesterday was supposed to be a happy day for Penn State fans. The schedule was released. At least the West Virginia game was released, and that was a talking point. But for them, there was a bit more to the story. Unfortunately, there's a lot going on at Penn State that I honestly didn't know much about until I started looking into it a little bit yesterday, and today I wrote an article on that. Let's read the article and kind of go over that, and then we're going to dive headfirst into what I think about this whole mess. James Franklin exposed, big questions after former doctor gets $5.25 million. Recent courtroom drama has brought to light a contentious chapter in Penn State athletics centered around allegations of interference and manipulation by football head coach James Franklin. Dr. Scott Lynch, a former orthopedic consultant and director of medicine for Penn State athletics, emerged as a central figure in the saga, ultimately awarded $5.25 million in damages in a lawsuit against Penn State Health. The case not only sheds light on Franklin's actions, but also raises concerns about the delicate balance between sports and medical decisions. Lynch's testimony during the trial painted a picture of a strained relationship between himself and Franklin, alleging that his termination was a result of resisting the coach's attempts to influence medical treatment and return to play decisions. Another doctor, Dr. Pete Seidenberg, added weight to these claims, stating that he felt pressured by Franklin and then athletic director Sandy Barber to medically disqualify a player who had attempted suicide in order to free up a scholarship. The punishment for missing treatment was severe. Lynch recounted during his testimony, highlighting Franklin's decision to consider players who missed medical appointments as full go at practices. Lynch's suggestion of alternative disciplinary measures, such as having players clean the team's locker rooms, was met with resistance from Franklin. Moreover, Lynch testified about an incident where Franklin instructed him not to use specific medical terminology when discussing injuries with players. When Coach Franklin didn't like our decisions, he would sometimes call us to the office so he could put an intimidating environment, try to get us to change our minds, Lynch said, illustrating the coach's apparent disregard for medical expertise. Lynch also detailed Franklin's alleged frustration with medical procedures, interfering with marketing agreements, noting that Franklin would become angry when trainers needed to put more tape on players' ankles, as it often covered the Nike logo on Penn State's team shoes. This aspect of Franklin's behavior highlights concerns beyond player welfare, suggests prioritization of commercial interests over medical considerations. Following Lynch's termination, he engaged in discussions with Penn State Athletics integrity officer Robert Boland, expressing concerns about Franklin's influence over medical decisions. Lynch described Franklin's actions and as attempts to manipulate medical outcomes to suit his agenda, a sentiment echoed by many medical professionals who felt pressured by coaches or administrators. The verdict in Lynch's favor underscores the seriousness of these allegations and their potential impact on player welfare. While Penn State Health has expressed disappointment with the decision and may consider an appeal, the case serves as a reminder of the need to prioritize the health and well-being of student athletes above all else. Franklin's role in this controversy raises questions about the boundaries between sports and medical expertise within collegiate athletics. As the dust settles on this legal battle, it remains to be seen whether this case will prompt a reassessment of the power dynamics at play in the world of college athletics. One thing, however, is clear. The spotlight on James Franklin and his actions has illuminated a larger conversation about ethics and accountability in athletics. Wow. James Franklin comes out looking like crap on the end of this. I just can't wrap my mind around some of the stuff I just read. I have seen some other articles out there where Saquon Barkley and other guys have come to his aid, but not everybody. This is behind the scenes stuff that players wouldn't actually see as much. This is POS behavior on James Franklin's part, period, end of story, point blank. Tape covering the Nike logo? Are you kidding me? That blew me away when I read that. I honestly couldn't believe that was the case with that. That's what you care about. It's just this tough guy attitude that, unfortunately it keeps a lot of people down. Because if you say you're hurt as men, it makes you look weak. It's that same sentiment. It's that rub some dirt on it. You've got a family to raise. Men can't talk about their issues or their problems. And that's the same kind of thing that's being perpetuated here with Franklin. And then to try to intimidate and manipulate a doctor who really cares about what's going to happen to the kid, unlike Franklin, that cares about results, obviously, on the field over that. Even to the point of commercialization, just like the article said, over welfare, is, to me, he has no business coaching kids. He needs to be in the NFL. If that's how he is, that's where he should be. And at the end of the day, my biggest takeaway from all this is that the players need a players association in college football now. It's needed to happen for a long time, but now that things are like they are, that's my main takeaway, outside of Franklin being a piece of crap, is the players need a players association. They do. Because whenever you're feeling intimidated and you feel like you're going to lose your scholarship over something, if you're maybe like on the cutting edge of that, who do you turn to? You can't go to another coach. He's on the coach's side. You can't go to a player. They're trying to beat you out for a position. So the players have to have some kind of backing on that. I know they have a lot of leverage these days, but what about the players that aren't that good? Or let me rephrase that. What about the players that are not there yet, or second or third string, or expendable? To me, there has to be a voice for the voiceless out there somewhere. It's certainly not going to be the NCAA. We know that. They can't even keep their own affairs in order. So at the end of the day, my main takeaways from this one are, obviously, James Franklin needs to look at himself in the mirror. And Penn State fans, I love you guys, but your coach is wrong on this, flat out. Call it what you want to. You can call the players soft if you want to, but this is a medical professional, not the players saying this. And a doctor should have the last say, not a coach, period. Now, if you don't like the way your doctor is making calls, then you go through the process of hiring a different doctor. But you don't influence the decisions no matter who it is. They're there for a reason. You're a coach for a reason. And that's just how I feel about it. Not all doctors are going to be right 100% of the time, but he's got a team of people helping him come to this decision, and you have an agenda. You're biased. It's just insane to me that he did this kind of thing, and it was multiple people spoke out against it that were feeling the same way. And shame on athletic director Sandy Barber too if she was complicit. So for me, this is just, man, I can't believe that this has been going on. Maybe I'm just naive, because we're lucky at West Virginia to have Coach Brown. I truly don't feel like he would do something like this. Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like Coach Brown would never do that, So I've never liked James Franklin anyway. He's always been too cocky. There's just always been something about him I just don't care for. At the end of the day, that's just how it is. Not to mention he runs the score up on people. But that's on the field. I can handle that. Off the field, this kind of thing here, no. So I would fire him. If I was Sandy Barber, I would fire him. If I was the athletic director, I would fire James Franklin over this. I don't think he needs to have a job acting this way. Those are his true colors. That's how he feels, So there's really, could he get better? Yeah, anybody can get better. But for me, man, like I said, I'm good on James Franklin, and I hope we kick the shit out of Penn State. I really do. I'd love to. I'm going to watch his press conference and really be happy if we win that game. So don't forget to like the video, guys. I know I rambled on this one just a little bit. This one pissed me off. I'm not going to lie. That's why I made a video about it. But players they have needs too, and they deserve to feel safe, right? So don't forget to like the video, subscribe to Mountaineer Paul Talks Football. And comment down below. Let me know how you feel about this. Am I being way too harsh on James Franklin? Do you feel like I'm being just right? Or am I not hearing all the story? Am I jumping to conclusions? Let me know. I did not follow it as closely as maybe I should have. But based on what I've read and the judgment that was handed down, this is not cool, man. So those are my takes, whether you like them or not. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to go to West Virginia Insiders and sign up for a free Garrett Green signed helmet. If you want a Garrett Green signed helmet, go to westvirginiainsiders.com. That's insiders with an S, WV Insiders. Go to Mountaineer Paul Talks Football, subscribe. Go to Hoops from the Hills and subscribe. It's all on the website. And then go to the forum and sign up on the Eat Shit Pit post. And you will be in there for the running for a Garrett Green signed helmet. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Hope to see you next time. And until then, this episode is over, and I am out.
This is for Cameron. Tim.